He would not listen. Hunter Franklin just refused to listen to anything that Victoria had to tell him. So she says, I can show All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. Thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in to All Things Ruthless. And you know how we do. Let's just talk about how Victoria Franklin, also known as First Lady, created, put together her own unaliving for hire without hiring anybody. Like these people literally played themselves and didn't even know it. They didn't even know that they were helping Victoria out. So the first sucker on the list was the president himself. Now, of course, Victoria kept telling him, leave the bras alone, leave the drugs alone. But of course, he would not listen. Hunter Franklin just refused to listen to anything that Victoria had to tell him. So she says, I can show you better than I can tell you. And indeed, she did show Hunter better than she could tell him. He took some drugs that caused him to go into cardiac arrest, needing to be revived. However, when he did come to, he was in a lot of pain, had a very bad headache, as well as some kidney failure. Some organs were shutting down because he had overdosed, had done just way too much, and the product had fentanyl in it. So yeah, Hunter number one was the first victim. So then the other victim that had something to had some involvement in this whole situation was Alan. Again, I don't sympathize or empathize with Alan. Alan was a woman beater, so you kind of get what you got. But Victoria found a way to set Alan up. She knew that Alan was getting product for Donald. And so she basically also said that she knew that Alan and Alonzo were close friends and that eventually he would ask Alan where he got his product from. Well, Alan is in jail right now, literally fighting for his life because he has messed up someone's product. I think this is the cartel whose product he has messed up. This guy is in there getting ready to shank him because not only did he go back to the store to take product back, but he ended up getting caught by the popo and they took the drugs into custody. And that's over $300,000 worth of product. And now Tucker is right there in the cell with Alan, ready to unalive him. Again, this is another one that fell victim to Victoria's plot. So then, sucker number three, y'all, I hate to say it, fell towards Victoria's plot was okay. We have Antonio now. Antonio has someone that he answers to. I'm not sure if he's answering to the cartel themselves or higher ups. However, Antonio, who went to retrieve the drugs from the pharmacy, unfortunately, there are no drugs for him to retrieve. And he and Dale go through this list, and there's like a series of names that Dale is reading off. And Antonio is like, like going crazy, mad, upset at the fact that all of those names that he called off are unalived due to the product that has been used. And then the next victim that is unfortunately falling to Veronica's mess. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. See, I called Veronica so quick because she's Veronica Harrington part two, okay? But the next one that fell victim to that situation with Victoria was Dale. Dale is always in the middle of stuff. Dale, you should have just went to the Rakatushi compound. I am so sorry, but Yeah, Dale is the next one to fall victim to this whole situation. So Dale sees he's at the pharmacy, and Antonio is telling him, read off the name of the list. He does just that. So then Antonio pulls out a camera, takes a picture of Dale, and says that we're going to pin this whole situation on you. We're going to make it seem as if you are the one. No, you are the one that mixed these drugs, and you are the reason why these people are unalive. Now we know that Kareem normally is the one that mixes all of these drugs, which means they were already plotting and investigating his pharmacy in the first place. Well, unfortunately, because he's not around to answer to any of this. He is the Dale, unfortunately, is the victim. It's like tag, you're it. So there's no nobody is safe at this point, and this is another reason why I say that Victoria is literally one of the smartest characters on this show. She may be the smartest one, because at least right now she thinks she's got everything in a bag. Everybody is being blamed for Hunter's situation, so no one will look at her or at Eli. They will all look at Victoria. It's basically they're putting all the blame on everybody else except Victoria. So then finally, the last victim, which was also like the victim in the very beginning, was Alonzo, and he has to explain to Donald how he came in contact with those drugs. He has to let him know that I got these drugs from Alan, and that I actually didn't get them from Alan. I actually robbed the pharmacy, but I was supposed to get it from Alan. And so Donald is trying to call Alan now because he thought it is basically, he made it seem as if Alan was the one that really took the drugs, when in actuality Alonzo was the one that robbed Pordell at the pharmacy, y'all. So with that being said, the degrees of separation, the unaliving for hire without getting paid by Victoria has been set in place. Now, I have one final thought, you guys. Victoria sits and she has this bedroom talk, this pillow talk with Eli. Do you guys think that Eli is really all in? I've asked this question before, but I just want to know your thoughts. Do you guys think that Eli is all in? Or is Victoria talking way too much? Is she revealing way too much? She has told him everything. She told him play by play. All of the players, I guess he had to put the good D down in order for her to start really, really revealing everything, because when they were out in the foyer area, she wasn't really talking too much. She said mother never relieves or reveals her secrets. However, after he put the D, X, Y, and Z down, listen, she began to sing like a bird, y'all. So, anyway, you guys, just let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking about this episode. With that being said, thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in with your girl Tika Deshawn of All Things Ruthless. Let's play a game. We got about 5 questions at the end of this video. I would love for you to stick around. Let's see if you guys have been paying attention to the channel this week, okay? All right, y'all, that's about it. If you're new to my channel, find me for the first time, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell for new Ruthless content and reminders of updated content, whether it be new shows returning, and I still have Tika's Ruthless Ratings returning, as well as Wicked City, okay? All right, y'all, that's about it. Thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in, and you already know, stay ruthless.
Yeah, you are my mind.
Of the Ruthless Addicts. And oh my God, it is time for another recap of Wicked City. Right now, we are recapping episode 2 entitled The Devil You Know. You guys, the girls are in trouble. I'm talking about Jordan, I'm talking about Angela, I'm talking about Darlitra. The girls are in trouble. Darlitra receives a visit, and this visitor lets her know that you girls are in trouble. The council are coming for you guys. And of course, Dalidra is like, well, why are they coming for us? But there are some things that the girls have done in the past that have violated all of the witch rules and regulations. So anyway, you guys, we fast forward to where we see Angela, and Angela is covered literally in the flowers. Now again, Angela has the horticulture ability. In other words, she can grow flowers. She's got the best green thumb. She can grow any plant. And that's one of her specialties. She sells the plants that she grows. She sells them. Of course, a lot of them got a little THC in them, different little products. She can make oils. She got love potions. This is just what she does. But her powers are overwhelming right now. So overwhelming that she has literally grown herself into all of these plants. She's entangled in these plants, and of course, this disturbs her because it wakes her up out of her sleep, wrapped literally in vines from these different plants. So then we see Jordan. Jordan is having a little problem as well. Literally, these girls are in sync with the issues that they are having, especially during their rest time. So we see that Jordan has awakened, and she has had, like I said, that reoccurring nightmare. She's always dreaming about Tabitha, about her and her friends being unalive. And of course, Tabitha is there to try to wake them all up. Then she wakes up startled, so she's looking for Javi, and I'm sure she's thinking, well, where is he? And after we just did what we did, and where did he go? But Javi walks in and he has breakfast. He's there. He does what he's supposed to do, which is to keep her calm. He talks her down. He said, let's talk through the dream, but first let's eat breakfast. And they do just that. So then we see at Angela's place, we see Darlitra. Darlitra comes in with this cup of coffee for Angela. Now, mind you, on the previous episode, Darlitra left Angela's home because Angela basically came and saved her from a drunken night at the club. She let her lay on her lap, cried, saying that she missed her brother. Then she got mad with Angela, and then she left. So anyway, Now she's back at Angela's place and they're just basically having a conversation, but the conversation seems to be a bit off. Angela is not her usual conversational self, so she shows Darlitra her bedroom and she sees that all the flowers have and the plants have literally grown overwhelmingly in her bedroom. Like if this was outside, this would actually be cute. However, this is her bedroom and nobody wants to literally walk through leaves and big plants like this. So anyway, this shows that Angela's power again is overwhelming. I don't know what she's going to do right now, but sis is in a bit of a trouble. So then we see, I call them the children of the corn, but they're witches as well. Of course, they possess a certain power, and I'm sure they are here in front of the handler because they owe the handler some change. So because you don't have my money, I'm going to take your powers. Now they're defiant. They don't want to give up their powers. However, the handler is like he's very, very strong. So he controls this knife and causes this dude to um poke himself. Then he causes the other guy to poke himself. The handler is out of control. And so they get to the last guy, and Sharice convinces the handler, save this one, let him send a message, use him as a message to the others that not having your money will not be tolerated. And you can make him forget, you know, all of his everything that they've done or everything that they've seen here and give you their powers, give you his powers. So the handler says, I think that's a good idea. Let's do it. And Sharice does this whole mind control thing where she talks to him, tells him, you will forget, you will not remember that, we took your powers, like just all this crazy stuff. But Sharice is at this point, she is ready to go. Like, listen, I've done everything you've asked me to do. When is it time for me to leave? Like, no, you officially and forever will be a slave until somebody can rescue you, Sharice. Now, the reason I'm a little tough on Sharice is because she was the one that turned Tabitha into Claudia, and Claudia was the one that quote unquote unalived Tabitha. So that's why I'm not too keen on, Sharice. But Jordan, of course, that is her friend. Jordan misses her and she wishes that she could come home. But Jordan nor Angela have any idea where she is. So then we see Angela and Jordan at the store. And this is where I told you guys, that little box that Jordan is holding, these are things that Angela sells. I guess that's how she makes her money. So then we see this, and Angela, initially Jordan has this strange feeling, and in walks Claudia. Now Jordan detests Claudia to the point where if she could unalive her right then and there, she would. She blames her for the loss of Tabitha. She blames her for a lot of things that have gone on within the ladies and their circle. But Claudia, yeah, she's definitely responsible for a lot of things that have gone on uh, within these ladies, within this group. And another one of those things was they met a young lady by the name of Camille. We find out that Camille is actually Claudia's daughter. However, the councilman by the name of Julius has ordered this baby to be unalive, which is why Camille was taken and sent to her mom or her adoptive mom in season one. So anyway, Camille is in hiding. They can't know that Camille is around, or Julius, which is one of the councilmen, will try to, take her out, as well as because she's a very strong witch. So then we have a moment where we see the ladies, Darlitra as well as Angela, at a bar, and then in walks Sharice. Now they can't see Sharice. There's like some type of spell over Sharice to the point where they can't actually see Sharice anywhere that they are. So they're looking for her. However, she's right there under their nose, but there's nothing that they can really do about it. So then we see Sharice. She walks in with a new handler who is played by Yandy Smith Harris. Now I know you guys know Yandy from Love and Hip Hop. Um, this, she portrays this sister sister handler. So, the handler basically can shapeshift himself into anything or any person. And she says, so now you're the B word. And she's like, I do what I do. But what you're gonna do is see that little girl over there. I want you to, take her, get her, basically take her back to the club. So now Sharice is out here snatching up little girls. She has mind control over this young girl. Now, this is not just any average young girl. She has powers, but she's not yet tapped into those powers. So this is why the handler is collecting these souls, these powers for something, I guess something big that's coming for him, but he's definitely continually collecting these souls. So then we see Jordan and she's talking to Angela and she's just letting her know, look, we're all we have. If there's a problem, you need to talk to me. So they get a knock at the door and of course it's Darlitra. Darlitra lets them know that the council is here in Atlanta and they are coming for us. And also, she shows her a picture that she drew, which is a picture of that stone that the handler puts all the powers in. They're still trying to figure out the significance of that stone, but it's weird that both of them have the same vision of that particular stone. So in walks the devil himself, aka Julius, aka we've seen him on Daddy's Little Girls, Tyler Perry's plays and shows. Anyway, the devil himself, also known as Julius, which is a council member, he walks in and lets the girls know, I'm here for you. We need to talk. You need to sit down. And the girls is trying to run and get away from him. But he forces Darlitra and snatches her up by her throat and makes them come back because they, of course, don't want anything to happen to her. So they all take a seat on the couch. And that's when Julius lets them know you all have been sentenced to death. The only way that you will be free from this sentence is to get us the handler. So now they're on a mission to get the handler. Will they succeed in getting the handler? The handler, as you guys can see, he can shapeshift into anyone. And then he's also very, very powerful. And I think this may be the reason why the handler is collecting all of these powers. Maybe so that he can protect himself against the council. Because I'm sure he knows that the council is looking for him, okay? Well, that's about it, y'all. That's about it. That is about it. I absolutely enjoyed Wicked City. I love it. Every week there's a new episode. I'm sorry I'm delayed in giving you guys this recap, but I can assure you I'm working my way up to catching up so that by next week we will have on my channel, you will have seen all 4 episode recaps of Wicked City. Okay, all right, y'all, so stay tuned for episode 3 Wicked City recap. Your girl will be bringing it back to you. Okay, all right, y'all, that's about it. Thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, with your girl Tika Deshawn. You already know, stay ruthless. And since we're doing Wicked City, I want you guys to stay wicked, okay? All right, y'all, that's about it. I'm out.